It's Chris here today from Huckabones Equipment. In today's video, as you'll see behind me, we got some RTVs. So we have the new Dash X's as well as an older 1120. So in today's video, we're going to do kind of a quick overview of the changes that were brought out with the new Dash X's and then do a ride and drive. So a quick comparison to see what those changes actually do for you as a customer / consumer and see if it's the right unit for you. So stick with us. Okay, so whenever we start at the front of these units, as we always do, you'll see quite a bit of change in the front grill area. Very minor change. It's plastic, right? Just punched out. Completely new look than what the 1120 and the 900s were. As well as, you got the LED lights there, which was kind of an upgrade, bluish kind of thing on the 1120. It was kind of an odd thing on the 1120, but now it's all kind of incorporated into one. Nice, smooth, sleek look with a nice kind of a boxy front part to it there. As well as whenever you move a little bit further down and back here, you'll see some new tires. That replaced the heavy duty work sides. So there is no more heavy duty work sides. It is now this kind of design to it, as well as you still have the ATV style available to you. These will probably, they're kind of like the R14s in the tractor world, will probably take over a lot of it. As you can see, a very aggressive turf tires, what you're kind of looking at there. So again, there's still going to be your diehards that love the ATV style, but more than likely that's what you're going to be seeing on about 90 to 95% of these units. We're not talking about high speed, so that's probably what you're looking for in the comfort end of it. Again, we just take another step back, look a little bit further. You will now see on the old style, on the 1120, half doors. There is nothing now on the Dash X's, which means they do go a little bit slower than 1120s, but not much. More for the regulations end of it. You can still get the half door as an option if you're looking to do that. I don't really foresee many people looking to do that, but they are available. Whenever you actually get into the operator station, a little bit of change in what you're going to see in the layout, like the park brake design, the seats. Nothing that's going to really catch your eye per se, just kind of a little bit of an updating on that. So now we're going to jump over and talk about that tan colored one because it's got the nice 3-in-1 box on the back. Okay, so whenever we talk about this tan colored unit, you'll see it's beautiful. It's a new color. It was kind of available on the 850s, but now it is on the Dash X's. You'll see some nice shiny rims. They're really only available standard on the 1120. Now they are available on all of them, whatever color. It's pretty minor, but whenever you're sitting down talking with your sales rep, you can order whatever you want kind of idea. So the product specialist should know that and be able to order what tires options you want. And then after that is a special box. You'll see it's a 3-in-1. So before it was just put your tailgate down and then you had a box. Well, now you can put your sides down. Whenever they first came out with that, I was like, well, that's a goofy idea. Why? Who needs this? Kind of like, it doesn't seem like I've never been asked for it. As soon as it came out, I had 3 of my own customers or clients come up to me and say, great, I want to order one. So it is something that the market is looking for, and it will help kind of give you like a box style on the back if you're looking to put bigger items back there. So it gives you lots of options to be able to take down all 3 sides and remove them, so that if you just want to have that kind of a big back area. And it's still, again, all metal, nice and hard with the tie downs in it. So it gets lots more use out of it, and hopefully that kind of brings up some niche market to help out Kubota with some more sales. So that's kind of the overview part. And now the biggest change of all, and what we're going to demonstrate in today's ride and drive, is the transmission itself has been updated or changed kind of idea. It's supposed to be quite a bit easier to shift from high to low in reverse. Anybody who's ever driven one is quite aware that sometimes whenever you're on a slope, whether it be facing forward or down, it could get a little bit hairy to get it out of high, back into reverse, or out of park sometimes. So yeah, so that's how she jumped now, and we're going to have Kyle Mainville help drive one today so that we can kind of do a cross-reference and see what we both think of them and see if that update has changed and improved the unit. So stick with us.
So now we're going to get set up in the brand new kind of semi-feature loaded RTV-X. See if we can get you set up here somewhere. So, a little easier getting into. There's no doors.
Yeah, exactly. No, you probably do need seatbelts.
Lap belts.
So yeah, so we're going to fire it up, see if it shifts properly. One thing we noticed right off the bat, seatbelts. Not off the top here. It's not a 3-point system. It's just the lap belts. So there's something else that changed.
Yeah.
And there, it's kind of jammed up a little bit, but I can go.
It's still going all the way around.
Yeah. Very smooth.
You didn't have to give it RPM. You didn't have to rock it.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't have to do anything, so it's good. It's parked in the same sort of scenario as the other one. So right off the bat, we know it's probably somewhat improved. So let's take our first spin and see if we can get it locked up. That's all.
I've ridden in enough side-by-sides that I have a good idea of how they feel, whether they're gear-driven, belt-driven. This is one of the very, very few hydrostatic side-by-sides.
Okay.
So it's most comparable to a belt drive, I guess, in that way, where it's constant. You don't feel any shifting points or anything like that. But yeah, very, very smooth. It's not going to show on GoPro, but this isn't a smooth trail or anything, and it's doing pretty well.
Yeah, nice and comfortable. Again, they're comfortable. They're not an uncomfortable machine by any means. So.
No, the seats are pretty good. The big benefit to how open and easy this is to get into is, like, if I'm a hunter or a construction guy, or I have all of my gear for so many reasons, you can just hop in this thing.
Yep.
It's not an issue, in and out.
Let's see if we can get it to lock up on a hill here.
So this is the same spot as the last one.
Before, so let's put her neutral, turn her off, and see.
So right now that heat is expanding the oils.
Yep, so this should be the worst part. We'll see. We couldn't get the RTV-1120 to do it, so let's see if it will. You can see a little bit there, but overall, it's confident.
You still didn't have to do any of the tricks or anything.
Yeah, nothing special, so pretty good that way. Yeah.
We're on a really decent grade now. To give you an idea, I'm kind of pushing against the dash here.
Yeah. So this is as steep as it gets on this farm, so it feels like the parking brake's gonna let go. All right, let's give her a whirl here. So. And we are a little bit sticky, but that could be because it's brand new too. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
As you can see, it's steep.
Fair enough.
Going for a speed demon, it ain't for you, but great first machine.
I'd argue it's still pretty quick. I don't know about fast, but it's quick.
It's like a Tesla.
Yeah. I don't know about Tesla. Fire this thing up. Yeah, some of the controls were slightly changed, but ultimately it's pretty well the exact same. Yeah, there's definitely some stickiness. I think it's just because it's brand new. But as far as the shifting issue goes, I'm not feeling any. And I tried the old one. I had the shifting issue more often than not. Again, not the biggest issue, but it's nice that it's been corrected. So I guess we're gonna take it for a spin. Yeah. Don't get it stuck. I have a tendency of finding some of the worst places to bring these machines. I have a pretty good reputation for getting stuck. Try not to do that today. So even from the passenger seat, when Chris was driving, I could tell that this was really smooth and it's holding up. The throttle response is quick, but it doesn't have a lot of snap because it's a diesel. So if you're expecting this to perform like a traditional side-by-side from other brands, you're not going to get that same feeling. But what I can tell you is the torque is there. It's got a different kind of power, which makes sense because that's exactly what this machine's for. A lot of this stuff is really obvious within the first few seconds you're going to drive it. So if you go down to your local Kubota and they let you take a spin around the parking lot, you'll know right away. It's actually way smoother than I would have given it credit for. It's been a few years since I've actually taken one of these for a long drive. good. I'm just kind of maneuvering it around here. We're just in the backyard. This is all the private property for the dealer. Yeah. There's a few things that I've clenched up for here, but it handles it really well considering it has no real travel. I couldn't imagine this thing's much wider than like 60 inches. Huh. Feels good. I'm on a moderate incline here. And according to Chris, the hydraulic pressures build up. When it's not circulating, that heat kind of builds up just a little bit, causing some pressure. Just gonna put the e-brake on here. And that pressure is what makes it hard to shift, the hydrostat. So there's and like he was saying, some of the older versions would have a bypass because it was so bad. So generationally, they've gotten significantly better. So now I'm gonna start this thing up and try and shift. Well, good to go. We're gonna go try a little bit more of a serious hill. Now, this hill is pretty good. Okay. Okay. Give it a second, let it build up. See if I can recreate the issue. Like I said, the older one, we actually got it to cause the problem in a basically flat parking lot. So, I mean, I don't know what kind of an angle this is, but it's pretty good. If we can't recreate it here, then... Yeah, nothing. Literally nothing. Good to go. Wow. All right. And the hydraulic tilt box, of course. Hard to argue with that. I mean, any homeowner could use that, to be fair. I'm definitely going to want to do some more testing with this in my place, but I think the issue that they were looking to solve is certainly solved, especially once this thing has some seat time. I don't think they're going to have any issues with shifting whatsoever.
Okay, so that brings the end of the, well, today's video kind of idea on the ride and drive. As you can see, that was two different operators, whether it be myself or Kyle. Lots of experiences on different sorts of machines. Both have the same agreement that it is a rather large upgrade in that transmission. Nice and easy to shift. There is, you know, that one small drawback of where your foot is on the pedal. It could be easily changed and make you a lot more comfortable in that cab area. But overall, huge upgrade in that transmission, easy to shift. You're going to enjoy it. So whenever you do get a chance, please go to your local Kubota dealer, talk to the product specialist, and see if you can do a ride and drive, and you will see the difference. So if you enjoyed today's video, please like and subscribe. If you have any comments, please down below. Thank you.